You how we complete our scarves. So when you come to one of our classes, you're going to take your scarf home in a little Ziploc bag, just like this, and it's going to be still wet from our class. And so today I want to show you how you can complete your scarf at home. So my name is Krista, and I teach the art of water marbling all over the Okanagan, and I travel from winery to winery and different cideries and restaurants teaching silk scarf workshops where guests get to come and choose their colors and make their own design. And when you come to our class, you take home a silk scarf. Okay, so what is water marbling? That's probably a really big question I get asked all the time. So water marbling is an ancient art form that we use that allows guests to choose their colors, the paint floats on the surface, and you get to create your own custom design. And when you're finished, your scarf goes in a Ziploc bag that you get to take home, and you're going to do a few steps at home to finish it. So what we need is a bucket of cold water. Now you could put it right in the sink, but with my setup today with my video, I couldn't show you the sink, so I thought I'd put it in a bucket so you can see. So if you have ever tried water marbling, give us a thumbs up because I'd love to know if you have water marbled before. So your bucket or sink, you're going to put cold water into, and you're going to have your scarf, and you're going to take your scarf out. It's going to still feel wet and damp, which is what we want. We want it to still be a little bit on the damp side. We're going to take it and put it right into our bucket, kind of squish it in a little bit. So even though the scarf is finished and you can't take the paint off, if you were to really be really rough with it and a lot of scrunching, you could push the paint molecules off of the surface. So we're just gonna let it sit in there for a second. So all we're trying to do is get rid of the wrinkles and to give it a fresh rinse, and it helps remove the leftover carrageenan or the gel that we float on off the surface of the fabric because we don't want to finish it with that on there. So I'm just giving it a bit of a rinse. So I'm not being super rough, I'm just gently moving it around. And then you're going to take your plastic hanger, and the reason why I recommend a plastic hanger is because if you use wood, the wood surfaces can be treated with varnish or stain, and that can be transferred onto a wet material. So, and you don't want to use metal because metal can rust over time, and then you could end up with stains on your scarf as well. So I highly recommend a plastic hanger. And then you're just going to let it be really, really wet and drippy. I'm just going to take that to the sink. And then I'm just going to gently hang it over. Okay, and now this needs somewhere to be in direct sunlight because the scarf's not finished yet, so we don't want it in direct sunlight. So I'm going to actually hang it over my shower so it can just drip into the bathtub. And so because it's a long scarf, both pieces of fabric are going to touch. That color is not going to transfer. The main reason that I was kind of straightening it out is just simply because it's less work to iron. So I got two. Now this water, you can kind of see it's not very dirty. It shouldn't be super dirty. So this is the next one. So totally different colors. Again, it's really damp and wet from the workshop and has just traveled home in my bag. And I'm just putting it in to give it just a gentle rinse. And again, all I'm doing is just moving it around gently. Just the goal is to allow it to be rinsed off of any remaining gel and also get out the wrinkles so that it irons more smoothly. Okay. So, just gonna let that drip. The sound of lots of running water. The other scarf is gently dripping into the bathtub. Okay, so there's this one. And it doesn't matter if you are hanging it right side or wrong side, like back side or front side, it doesn't really matter. So there we go. So yeah, you can see that the print isn't running or anything, it's just damp. It's like damp fabric. Okay, so we're gonna hang that one up. So if I was really worried about the wet water getting to my bathtub, like let's say I have a beautiful claw tile bathtub or whatever, you could put a rag towel underneath it to catch the drips, so that way it wouldn't cause any potential damage. So you can see my water's still pretty clean, just a little bit cloudy, and I can reuse my Ziploc bags, because I usually do when I bring stuff home. So once the scarves have completely dripped dry and they're not wet anymore, they're going to be ready for ironing. So you can use an iron. You don't want to use any water or steam in your iron. We want a dry heat. On my iron, it has a silk setting. Some irons don't, so you're going to want to do low. So probably what I usually do is like a number 4, and that is a really great setting to iron it out. So it's completely dry, and then we iron the scarf. Now once it's dry, your scarf is hand washable, so it's able to be washed. I highly recommend using a high quality hand wash soap like Woolite. It's going to be really gentle on your fabric. And if your first question after watching this is how on earth did you make this fabric, you can go check out my tutorials. My first one that you would likely want to start with is water marbling for beginners, because you can take and print and make your own fabric, your own paper. You can print onto so many natural fibers and create your own beautiful designs. So, so if you have any questions for me, pop them in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, and hopefully you find more tutorials that fit your needs. Have a great day, guys.